So, and let us know if the video and the screen is all clear. Mr. Hisham will share the screen in a while. Okay, so, okay, yes, all good, all good, all good. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Okay, so my name is Kumail Rajani. I take care of the training department for eTech Global Solution. What we basically do is we do trainings, as in workshops, public workshops like the one we are doing right now. It's a demo session, but we do public workshops as well. Apart from that, what we do is we do corporate trainings, in-house trainings. Okay, so a lot of people plan trainings inside the company for their own team. So that's what we do for Excel, Power BI, cybersecurity, and few more topics. Okay. Today we have Mr. Ramzan. Most of you know him, and we have Mr. Hisham. He will be the trainer for today for Power BI. Okay. I'll be there all the time over here for any technical issues. If you're facing any, connection problem, video, audio, whatever, you can just drop a message in the chat, and I'll be there to help you out for that. And yeah, I'll hand it over to Mr. Ramzan. He will start the training. So let me just give you a brief, very brief about what is going to happen today. Okay, so Mr. Hisham is going to show you all how we can create a nice and amazing functional dashboard with the help of Power BI. It will be a 1 hour session. You don't have to do anything. You just have to see, look how it works, and then figure out if it will, be useful for you, how you can apply it for yourself. After we have planned another session, which will be a beginner level session, which we will announce by the mid of the training. We'll let you know how it will work. It will be around 5 days of training, 1 hour every day. So in detail, we will let you know what will be the pricing for it and everything. Okay, so now I'll hand it over to Mr. Ramzan. He'll start with the session, and Mr. Hisham will continue the rest. Thank you.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Kumail. And good evening, everybody from different countries, from different departments, from different regions. I'm very happy that as of now, we have around 77 people joined. And my name is Ramzan Rajani, and I think many of you already know me. I conduct the advanced Excel session, creation of a dashboard, macros programming, consulting, and everything. Okay. Today we have a very expert trainer who even conducted a session for the Microsoft and some of the big giants. He's a Power BI expert at an architect level, and he has conducted lots of sessions. You just go on the Google and find his name, Hasham Niaz, which you can see on the screen. You can connect with him, and he's one of the wonderful session, wonderful trainer. He has also conducted a training for us last time when he was in Dubai and in the Rove Hotel. I hope Hasham, you remember. And this is the third session we are doing with him. And today you are going to enjoy the session, friends. In next 45 minutes, he is going to show you how do you create amazing, nice looking dashboard in Power BI. Yes, Excel, so you all are working. Now you will today see the power of Power BI, that how he will insert, how he will get the data, the Excel data in Power BI software, and very quickly he will create a nice looking dashboard, and you will be amazed okay, how simple it is. So before he starts with the actual session, I will take 1 more minute in telling my those friends who don't know about Power BI. So like friends, you have Excel. In that we create a dashboard with the help of formulas and everything. Same thing is Power BI, but little bit more advanced. So in Power BI, you can import CSV file, text file, you can import PDF file, you can import data from Oracle, SQL Server, you can import from any of the many of the software. So today he will be importing an Excel file in Power BI. So remember, I got this question from many people that what is Power BI, boss? So Power BI is a separate software. Like you have Word, you have Excel, like this you have a Power BI. You have to go to the website powerbi.com. From there you can download the free desktop version of Power BI. Okay, and in the end we will also have a question answers with Mr. Hashim in the end, 5-10 minutes. And as Kumail said, after half an hour, we will also tell you that after this session, we will having a 5 days daily 1 hour for 5 hours Power BI beginner session. Like you don't know Power BI, you will learn a new software from downloading till the beginner level. Okay. So now without wasting much time, I will hand over it to the Hashim, and he will take you from the very, very basic till creation of the dynamic and interactive HR dashboard. Thank you so much, Mr. Hashim. You can go ahead with this. Yeah.
Thank you, Ramzan. Thank you, Kumail, for inviting me. And it's always an honor to be part of your webinar series. And I really love sharing my knowledge here when I was in Dubai and even when I'm not in Dubai online. So Kumail, as Ramzan has already introduced myself. So I will just move forward, like what our session look like, what we will discuss today. So our session title today is Power BI for HR professionals or Power BI for beginners. So what we will do today, we will try to develop a dashboard, a nice looking HR dashboard, which you can develop if you want to follow. You can follow, but I will do it a little fast because of the 45 minutes time constraint. So we'll try to furnish something which is usable for the management. So keeping that in mind, my name is Hasham Niaz. I'm a consultant trainer. I provide corporate trainings as well. Move forward. Now, this is our session objective, what we are going to do in our session today. So we are going to develop a HR dashboard with Excel file. We will try to create a report, a simple report and a dashboard, and then we will try to publish it. Let's not going in, sorry. Let's right away move into the, let me know if I can see. Okay. So now I'm moving to the practical part. I have removed the slides. So now you can see, is there a way I can share my whole screen? Maybe this one.
Yes, I think
Yes.
we can see your whole entire, yeah. Okay.
Okay, fine. Okay, so this is the software which is open right now. It's a Power BI desktop. You can download it for free. This is a free tool. So there are a lot of people asking about the question, what is Power BI? So Power BI consists of three things. One is a Power BI service. The other one, which I'm showing you here, is a Power BI desktop, which is a free tool. You can download it for free. You can download either 64-bit or a 32-bit version. I prefer you to download 64-bit version because most of you are using the 64-bit processor machine. So it is compatible with the 64-bit version. So download this one. This is a free tool. And the one question which I have in the chat was regarding the Power BI 60 days free trial. This was for the Power BI service. So as I mentioned, Power BI consists of three things. One is Power BI desktop, which is a free tool. Then the Power BI service where you publish your report. So it is a 60-day free trial. After that, you can still extend your trial. And then the third thing is a Power BI mobile reports. So you have a mobile app, Android app, and iOS app as well, where you can actually share and view your dashboard data. So hopefully I have answered this first question about the Power BI. So what we are going to do, we are going to develop a dashboard, HR dashboard on the Power BI desktop. So this is the desktop tool which I have downloaded. So if you are not familiar with this tool, so once you install it, you will have this desktop app available. You open this app, so you have this blank screen. So there is no data available here as of now. So I have done nothing. This is a blank file which is open here. So what is our final goal will look like? So this is our final goal. I will try to replicate something and we will try to develop a dashboard which looks pretty much familiar to this one. Okay, so we will see. Now we have started at like 8:45, so I will try to do it like in next 45 minutes. We'll try to finish this up. Okay, with this, let's move to our Excel. So most of you are familiar with the Excel. So this is our Excel data which Business Service BI, where you can actually share your reports within your corporate organization. So you can share your reports with your manager, directors, and you have the applicable securities aligned to it as well. So in Excel, you can share it through Excel, but then there is a security limitation of data which you want to hide. So those capabilities are restricted in Excel, but in Power BI, you have all those tools available, all those technology available where you can restrict the data based on the rules as well. So with this, let's try to import this data. What I'm going to do, I'm going to get this data in my Power BI file. So you can have this data uploaded anywhere in the cloud. So you can upload it into the SharePoint folder. If you are not familiar with the SharePoint, you can use your local machine as well. So here today I'm going to use it with my local machine. So I'm saying that, okay, let's connect with this folder thing available. And let's plan this. This is my path. So I'm providing the path here. Also, I can do one more thing here, which is very simple. Like if I want to do it a dynamic way, I can do it like HR data, I said. So this is my HR data source. And then I connect with this. So once I connect, it will try to load the files for me. So you see all the files available in this folder become available for me. Usually you don't do this, you create one file and then you load it from there. So if I'm going to have one more folder and I say this is as HR data, and then I simply move this file to here in the HR data folder. Now let's try to connect with this HR data folder. So with this, I can show you. So let's cancel this one for now and then go back. And again, same thing. Folder, you remember this is available in the default. You can directly connect to the Excel file as well, but I'm connecting to the folder because then you will be able to have multiple HR files. Like if you have monthly HR data, you can connect with this as well. So let's provide this HR source and then I'm providing this file. So once I provide this file, this provide me this Excel file. So what I'm doing now here is like I'm combining and loading this data. So let's combine and transform data so I can use multiple files here as well. So if I have multiple files, I can combine those data. My connection can combine those files. So if I have multiple files in my folder 2, 3, 4, 5, so file all will be available and combined here as well. So this is my file here. And when I click OK, this data is being loaded into my model. So with this point, I hope you guys are clear with how you guys able to load your data into your Power BI. So most of you are, even if you are from a business background, so you are very much familiar with Excel. So you have data available in Excel, different spreadsheets. So this is how you can connect your Excel source to the Power BI. So Power BI can read those data. So if I can read it here, so you see this data is now becoming available here. So I can check the data quality here. And when I go back, I can close and apply. And when I come back here, you see all the data is being loaded into my Power BI. So now this data has been imported into the Power BI. So we have different methods of connection. Like you can, if you are connecting to a SQL server, definitely there is a different method of connection. So you can connect with the SQL server as well. So you can actually, if you want, you can import data or you can directly read the SQL server. So Power BI provides connections or connectors to more than 200 different data sources. So all the data sources are listed here. So you can connect to SharePoint web, you can connect to a web directory. You can even connect to the PDF file if you want to automate the process of PDF invoices. So you can use that as well. So all the major connections are available here. Amazon connection, SAP connection, everything. So today we are using Excel connection. I have used this Excel connection here. So if you want, I can change the name of this query. I can change the name of the table to employee, so it become more readable. Okay, let's try to save this file for now. So whenever you do anything with this Power BI, so usually make sure that you are saving the files. So I'm saving this HR analysis as 21. I save this file. Now I have made the connection. So this is my first step to import the data. Now, when I import the data, let's see what our final goals look like. Our final goal is to achieve something like this. So now I have something made ready. I have made the data. So now I want to make this thing look like this. So how do I make this? Let's go here and do some magic. So I will try to create simple thing like employee code. So if I place this here and I have a visualization pane and I turn it into a card. So this is my card visual. See, these are different visualization available here. Like these are bar, these are area line charts, then these are map charts, this is card visual. So you can choose different visualization. You have like 40 to 50 default visualization. Then you can import, if you want, you can import visualization from web store as well. So if I want, I can import other visual as well. So once I did this employee code, like 101 employee count. So now I go back and see, okay, something is familiar. So I am using something like this. These are the cards, these are the charts. So let's put this thing. Sorry. One. And let's try to put in this chart. I have now this is showing 381 employees in my sales department, right? This is familiar? Any question till this point? So now I'm making this card. If you have any question, you can use the chat window and Kumail or Ramzan can interrupt me with this question. So first of all, you don't need to scare anything. You just try, like you have these different charts. So I have placed this chart. I have placed this one here. And what I do, I try to replicate this thing by something like that. So in my sales table, I have this amount. So I have something similar, but this has a different combination of males and females. So this is providing. So how I can do this? I have a gender field available here. What if I put this into my legend? So once I put this into my legend, and soon I put, now I have different rows available, 152, but I want this to be a stack. So I change this to a stack bar chart. So now this is very much similar. So we are getting closer to our first chart, which is number of employees by department and gender. Okay, now let's try to do some formatting here, which is very simple. So this is head count by department, and then the legend is showing male. Dark blue is for male and light blue is for female. So how we can do it, something like that. So let's jump into the formatting. So once you arrange your chart here, axis, everything else, what you can do, you can go to the formatting tab, and here you have all the things available. So if I turn this data labels on, you see, I have this one available. Similarly, I can customize the title. So I can customize the title by head count by department. So I have customized the title, and then also what you can do, you can actually set the fonts colors as well. So I'm setting this to white, and then this one is this. So now this is looking pretty much similar. What if I turn this to a 16? Is it looking very much similar now? Okay. Any question you can ask. There are different properties, like you can use the visual header. So this is called the visual header. If I turn this off, now this will not appear in my reading view. Currently I am in the editing view. Okay, tooltip. Tooltip is like when I hover around this is called the tooltip. It will show me the information. If I turn this off, this is not appearing. So I will let this off. Shadow, this is the shadow thing. If you want, you can have the shadow. Similarly with the border, you can have the border with the radius 10. So I have the border available. Let's turn off the shadow, turn on the background, title, data label, data colors. Okay, fine. Legends, I don't want these legends here. Okay, so I want more space. So how I can get this more space available? So see, I don't have. If I want, I can do it. Let's try to position this thing. So I'll just go back here to my file and see what the formatting I used. So I was using something like 340. Okay, so I will use this as a benchmark. So 340 and 610. This is 100. This is 580 something. So let's see. Is this chart looking a bit similar now with the one we were talking about? It's still, but these fonts are bigger. So I need to work on the fonts as well. So how I can work on these fonts? If I go back here into the formatting tab, what if I want, so this is my, okay, I have this legend fixed and I can do it like black. Now, fine. Also, you can adjust these labels. I can turn on the title because this is, I already have this title available here. And what I can do, I can increase the font to 14 and I can increase the category. Sorry. So I can increase the maximum size. So once I increase the maximum size, I have these names available in the full. Also, what I can do, I can change this to 14. So now you can see the whole name here. And similarly, I can do with the x-axis as well. So what I can do, I can change it to the black, make it 14, and then I can turn off the title, right? So now let me know if you guys think that this is something similar with the one we have created here. So I think this is close enough. Let's go back and see. We need to do in the data labels as well. So what I can do the positioning auto, and then I can increase the data level. So now this is much more readable, something very much similar. And then one more thing here. This one is the legend. If I go here, and I need to increase the size of this to 14. So this all looks same size, right? So what I am doing here right now is the formatting. What is the other option I can do? I can go back directly into my view, and then I can directly work on this theme. So I can customize my current theme directly, and I don't need to name it now. And I say all my colors should be 14. Sorry, should be black. So I can choose this as black, first and second. Text size, I can choose this text size to 14 for everything. For the title, I need it to be 16. For the cards and KPI, I want this to be 22. For tab headers, it's fine. For visuals, I want the background to be transparent. Border, I want the border here. I can set all other properties here. Similarly, for the page background and the filter pane. Once I apply this theme, now you see everything is now been applied. So if I create a new chart, like here, if I create a new chart and I say like this, and then I say by designation, see, this theme is already been applied here as well. So let's save this theme for now. So how you can save this theme? To save a theme, you can click here and you can save current theme. And this theme will be saved as, you can name themes. You can find online themes available as well. So with this, we have almost covered 20 minutes. So we have 10 more minutes before we take a small break. So why I spent so much time working on this chart? Because then once I do this, I can just copy paste things here and then I can align. See, now what is our second chart? Our second chart is about top 10 nationality. So what I'm going to do right here, rather than putting it by department and gender, I have the nationality column. So if I do it by nationality here, I have all those nationality. I don't need this gender to be available here. So we are not writing any code here. What you are just doing, you are doing using the tool and doing simple drag and drops, right? So here you are head count by department. So I need to adjust the title here. So if I go to the title tab, I can say head count by nationality. Okay, so this sounds much more. So here you see you have 210 employees from India, based from India, and 7 from UAE. So this is different, but this is like too much cluttered. So what if I want to show only 5 or 10? So how I can do it? I have a visual label filter I can apply here. Also, you can do the sorting as well if you want. Currently by default it's sorting, but if you want on any specific order by nationality, name, or alphabetically, you can sort this as well. This is the property you can use. Okay. So what if I do this by nationality and I say top N? How many top N? Let's do it with top 5. And then I can add a data field here. Let's apply here. See, these are the top 5. Okay. 2, 10. Let's remove this filter for now so I can show you. So these are the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If I want to do it at top 10, I can do it at top 10 like this. This is not the right way. This is not the best practice. So if you want to do a best practice, I will show you how you can do it with the help of a DAX code. You can write the query for that. And here, what I want this because this is only showing top 10. So I can read top 10. Also, if you want this to be dynamic, actually write the expression here as well. So this is a new thing you can write. So this one here, we have finished top 10 nationality by head count. Okay. Any question till this point? You can use the chat window. Now, I just, maybe I can move this to the front here, like this. And we can use this one for now. Let's do one more thing here. Let's copy paste this and here, place it here. And then I want this to be 300, something like that. Add 300. So this is almost half. And here, the third chart is showing head count by age group. So I have a little tweak. I have done a little tweak here. So I will show you how you can do, or maybe head count by work experience. So first do it like this, head count by age group, and then I will show you. So to do that, I need a statement. I need to write a tax here. So first we need to calculate age. So how we calculate age? So let's head count by age group. So this is going to be our title. Let's we don't have a age column here, but what we have is a date of birth. So let's try to calculate age from date of birth. So how you can do it? You can simply go on to the transform data, and this is the difference. Like once you have the data available, you can do whatever you want. You can do the transformation. So I can click on date of birth column, this one, and I can use the transformation called date, and I can create age. So once I do this, I have this age column available. So I have this age column available. Let's go back, refresh the window. Okay, actually, yes. Sorry, let's remove this one for now. So currently this is date of birth. So now add a column, because I want to add a column, and then now this will add a new column. So currently on the previous thing, what I did, I removed this same column. So I don't want to remove the older column I want to leave this original date of birth column. So this is my age column. So let's name this to age 1. So this is my age with decimal. Okay, once I rename this column. So once I rename, I have to, this is my age. So now I want this to turn into the total years. So how many years? Because this is showing me. So this is now my total years. And I will say just total year 1. And then I want this rounding to be round down. So this should be 62. So this is my age. So I have calculated this age. So roughly, let's say this date of birth of this particular employee is 1958. Okay. So roughly calculate this from the calculator here. Something like we are in 2020 and then 1958. So we have a 62 age. So this is the rough age calculation. So just to verify that this is calculated. So once you calculate this, let's save this for now. So you need to be aware that every time you are doing anything, you need to save your changes, because if you don't save and this thing got crashed, so you will lose it. So I have this column available called age. Now I write a very simple text statement using the insert. Sorry. I do this a new column. I want to add a new column named called age group, and I pasted this text. So employee age, when employee is between this, assign this group, assign this group. So check, parse this one. I have this age group column. So now I want head count by age group. So what I need to do it, I need to provide the head count here, right? So we are almost here. Let's remove this gender thing. Okay, so we have 461 employees between this older age group. So if a company want this, they can actually see this thing. Okay, with this we will take a 5-minute break, and I will since it is a midpoint, I will hand it over to Kumail or Ramzan so they can announce the code. So meanwhile, you can provide the feedback on the chat window as well. Ramzan, you can announce.
Yes, I hope you are able to hear me. So
Yes,
friends, in a very nice way, he imported the data from the Excel, and he spent starting few minutes, 10 minutes in adjusting the first chart so that he can in future use directly regularly that chart and otherwhere, and he created the themes and everything. More interesting thing, he will be coming in next 20 minutes. So just wanted to inform you, we are also planning a 5 days Power BI session, wherein like in this webinar, you are just seeing, right? You are not practicing, but in that thing, you will be taught how do we do that. So one topic trainer will do, and then same time you will also practice. It will be like that session. So it will be a hands-off session, 5 days, 5 hours, which we will be planning after 1 week. So after the session, you will also get the link and details, what are the topics and other things that will be covered. And in the session, what will be the best price which we can offer, as it is a beginner first level. And you know, in future, Power BI, many of the companies are moving to the Power BI. You can go and search for Power BI jobs. You will see on the websites. You can see the value of Power BI, which is really emerging software, and many of the big companies are using. So sure, after the session, we will share it with all the details. If you wish to join, then sure, you can join that 5 hours, 5 day session. Okay. Thank you so much. Hisham, you can continue.
Thank you once again, Ramzan. Thank you once again for providing and inviting me. And for those of you who missed the first part, so this is where we have almost covered like 3 charts, like 1, 2, 3. So we are almost there. And then we will do this upper thing and this filter pane and the later part. So you see how I'm able to adjust all those things. And very quickly, in less than 30 minutes, we have something ready and which is workable. So I copy paste this one again here, and this time I want this by work experience. So how do we calculate a work experience? So let's first adjust the title of this chart, head count by experience, I say. And similarly, like I want to transform data. If I go back here, I have a hire date. So I can calculate the work experience from my hire date. So if I click on this one, I need to click on this hire date, and then I can add a column and similar age from hire date. This time I'm calculating the age from hire date. And now let's convert it into years, how many years this is. So this is my years. So I said this one, and then I can simply round down. So why I'm rounding it down? Because this is not 36.2 years or 2 months. So I only want to see the analysis in this. And then I can rename this column to work year or work experience, you can do. I am using it for the purpose of this. So once I do this, I can go back, see all the steps which I am performing here are now being saved. So I have renamed the column I do. So all Power BI is maintaining all those steps with me. And this is very much similar in Excel as well. If you are using Power Query, all those steps are similar there as well. So I'm going to write another switch statement, and I create a new column. You can create a new column from here, from this window, and also you can create a new column from modeling. So this time I'm creating it from a modeling tab. So let's create a new column here, and I can write the expression here. So this is my expression. So if employee experience is less than 1 year, then this, and these are different slabs. So once I click this parse statement, so this becomes available, and I then have to place this work year in my axis. So someone of you have asked like what, sorry, not the work year, because work year are different. I need to put the work group. So this is my work group. So see, now this is with hiding, something is cluttered. So I'm already always doing this like on all my charts. I have this bar chart, but this time I prefer to do it a column chart. So once I do it in the column, this is more readable. So you have to think about the readability of the user as well, right? Also, you see one more thing here. When I click something, that's already highlight the perfect areas in different charts. So if I want to see age group, so now this is showing me 40 to 50, between 41 to 50 age group. Experience is 384 has employees of 10 to 20 years experience. So this is now. If I click India, so all the statuses are showing in different charts based on employees which has origin of India. So with this, there was one question: what is the difference between axis and legend? So axis is your x-axis, and the legend is like if you want to further divide it into a subgrouping, then you can use the legend. Like here, if you double click it, the filter will remove. This is called the cross filtering feature. So this is the cross filtering feature or cross highlighting. So I can turn this off. If you don't want this feature, cross filtering, cross highlighting, you can turn this feature off here from the default behavior. So so this is the disable cross filtering and cross highlighting by default. So you can remove this filter. So then this thing will not work. Okay, once I save, and then I need to restart my report as well. So now this cross, this is only the filtering thing. You see, when I do this is not changing. So there, this is the difference. So I can turn this off. This is very good. The cross filtering and cross highlighting feature is good, because you can see what is the impact of these 210 employees in this different charts. So there is a question like here in this chart, we are using a legend and both axis as well. So sorry, in this department chart. So I'm providing a gender. So this is further dividing the axis. Now we are moving into the last part and we have almost like 15 minutes. So let's do quickly what we can do from here. Like something like this. This is looking cool, how you put images. And then I'll try to put this count, something like that. Now move this one here. And if I go back, I can just check the size of this. Once is your, okay, so I copy this thing and I put it here. And why I was interested in the size, you guys will be able to. So this is my, now here I want to show the head count of female employees. So how I can do it? I can do it like two ways here. Same. First, I want to turn off this category label, and then maybe if I can do the detail labels, I can do it as thousands if you want, or auto, whatever you like. So I will leave this as auto. Now I want this title. So I want to, rather than the title, I would be using an image here. One other thing, I will turn off the header, visual header for this. Everything else, I will let it be like this. I open this one, filter pane, and then I have this gender thing available. So I can go here and I can put this female filter here. So see, I have this thing available with me. Now I want a logo here. So how I can provide a logo? So I can insert an image. So let's see, I have an image of a female. So if I put this female here, and then I can do the resizing here. So maybe 930 was the place, and 10 and 60. Okay, I think we are almost there. So for this one, I want header and I want this to be off, right? Also, what you can do, you can, there is one more thing called, if you go to the viewing tab, there is a called selection thing. So if you see this image, so this image is rendering on the top of this card. So what I can do, I can group these two things together. So if I move this one, these both move all together. So I can move this group all together, right? So this one is fine. And you can always name these things. I'm closing this one for now. Let's copy paste this thing. So you see, I did copy paste the whole group. Now, if I want this icon to be removed, so what I need to do, not this one, I can remove this image here, ungroup for now, and then I can remove this image. And one more thing I can add image of a male. So I have an image of a male. I need to provide this image. Yeah, in the top, I can group these two things together. Also, with this, I can do the same thing. And all positioning, I must say this should be, let's adjust this for now here and see how it affects. So this is fine. And then I can simply group this one. And I will show you why this card is not showing you correct value. So I can group these two together. So I can move this two. So if I want, like, if I want to select a specific object, I can just click the object here. And you see the filter here is on female. So let's move this to the male. So this is showing you the male count, right? Let's close this one. So we have female. Okay. Now average age group. So what if I want to calculate the average age group? How I can do the average age group? So the thing is very simple. You can create a new quick measure. And average per category. Or maybe rather than doing it like this, I can simply go here, and then if I want, I have this chart available, right? This one, the card visual. I can copy paste this one for now. And then I can go on into the selection tab. I can remove this one, ungroup, and then I can remove this image, right? And here, since you already have this thing called filter, so if I remove this filter for now, I clear this filter and I can remove this for now. So this is showing this. Now I want to show, rather than employee, I want to show age, and I want to show average of age. So this is showing me the average age of 43.45, something near. And then same for the work experience. So I can copy paste this thing and I paste it here. And for both, maybe before copy pasting, I should do one thing here. I can provide the title. So let's turn on the title and say the title is average age. So this is sounds average age, and then copy paste this one and adjust. Okay, so here I want average age, here I want average work experience, so I can remove. Hello, can you guys hear me? Okay, so there, here I am doing the average experience. So for the average experience, what I need to provide here, rather than providing the average of age, I have the work experience thing calculated here, work year. So if I do it here like this, so I can do the average thing. So I have average 14.74. So see the difference you are seeing because of the rounding thing. Here I am doing the rounding thing. And then this one for the last, for the sake of the last thing, here is my employee count. And let's say total employees, total count, total head count. And remove any visual filters here. And for this one, I want employee code distinct count. So I would prefer to do a distinct count here. And if you want to do the formatting, you can go to the formatting tab, not like this, here into the format, data label, and then maybe this was the thing, you can do it from here, like this. So you have this comma thing available with this particular column. Okay, so this is like employee code. I have saved this one. And here I say this as a filtered head count. And then I say this one, and I'm using the same distinct count here. Okay, so I have almost, I have something similar, and we are more towards the closing of the session. And hopefully you guys have, if you have time, we can build the, so let's see, here we have one, let's try to put one filter here. So if I put this year filter, for a particular year, so I have this calendar table available here. So you can do a calendar table thing. If you guys are familiar with the calendar table, you can create a calendar table to see, or even if you don't have a calendar table, you can create a one from within the source. So how I'm going to do it, I'm going to create a new table, and then I can simply copy this example, and let's say this is from 1980. So whatever the employees are available here between this particular age. So we have this table available, and if we are going to link this table based on the hire date, so I can see, I can define a relationship between those. Tables. So I want to filter this employee date based on the hire date. So I can filter the direction. And once I do this, there is a relation appearing here. So now I can filter, if I place this one here, like date, I only want ears, and then I want this to be look like a slicer. So I want this to be a slicer, and then I remove everything else. And if you want, you can do it as a drop down as well. So this will look like this. So if I click like 2000, so all the data is now appearing based on 2000. So what is the difference between total headcount and this? Like I can go to the formatting tab and I can change the edit interaction. So if I click edit interaction, I say do not filter. So this will show 1001 total headcount throughout all years, and this will show the filter headcount. Everything is based on the filter headcount, right? So this is how you add different filters. Right? Any question till this point, I am welcome. Now we are almost finished. If you want to publish and share this dashboard, you can do it like I need to log out from here. And then I need to sign in again with a different email. And if you want to clear out this, you can simply okay, it will take me to the login screen, and we can log in and we can just publish it so you guys can see. So I need to provide the password here because I was logging with a different domain. So this is the free domain which I'm using. So this is the free trial which I'm using. So once I log in, so if you want, you can clear this one. So this is showing all, and you can rearrange this one for now. Save, and when I try to publish, it will ask me where do I want to publish. So it has different workspaces available. So I have this workspace, D365 Summit. So I will publish in this particular workspace. It will take around 2 to 3 minutes to get this dashboard published into your organization. So it is published, and when I go back to my view, currently this is not showing, but once I refresh this one, just click open and you see HR21 is available. So I can see all of the data available, and I can share this dashboard from here. From here, I can share it within my organization or with somebody else, and I can apply different settings here as well. With this, we are almost finished up with the session, and I'm up for any Q&A you guys can have. You can ask the questions. I will try to answer those questions here as well.
I have a question. Does this Power BI supports long, data like 150,000 rows data from the Excel if you are importing?
Okay, so the thing is like when you are only doing the import thing, the size of the limitation is like maybe 1 lakh or 1 million rows. But this sizing thing got changed, and also the other thing about this is dependent on the data size in GBs as well. So not only just like it is like 1 million rows, you can import 1 million rows, but the size in the GBs as well. So this is only limited with the import version when I'm importing the data from Excel or any other source. But if you are using direct query, like you are hitting your data source directly, there is no size limitation there.
So you mean 1 million rows also we can import it?
Yes, you can import 1 million rows.
Where,
also, if you are using a SQL Server or any ERP which has like terabytes of data, you can use the direct query then. You don't need to import everything into the Power BI. You can direct query, like I don't need to import anything. I can just query it from the way, like I can use the SQL Server connection, Oracle connection, or the database connection, whatever database or ERP source you are using. You can use this connection. Like there are online sources as well. So if you are using Dynamics, CRM, Google Analytics, Salesforce, you can directly use those connections as well, rather than importing data, because then importing will slow down your report as well.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, I will just, I'm going through these questions, all these questions here as well.
Hi Hassan, good evening.
Okay.
Hi, can you hear me? Myself, Padma.
Yes, yes, you can ask your question.
Well, see, if we are using Oracle BI, so can we connect to Oracle BI to
No,
Power
you can
BI?
connect to no, you cannot connect to OBBI, which is Oracle BI tool. You can
Mm-hmm.
connect to Oracle database rather. You can connect to a database using ODBC connection.
Okay. And in case if I export the file and then import that I understood from here, instead that, is there a possibility we can directly generate the report from the beginning as a from the scrap, and then in the
Yes,
future also we can continue the same report?
yes. What you can do, you can use this ODBC connection, and then you have like you have multiple. There is a question. Sorry, with the multiple Excel files. Sorry, I'm answering that one. I will just come back to your question in a moment. So, if you remember when we use the folders, so if I have
Yes.
this folder available here, I can provide multiple files, multiple Excel files or CSV file or JSON file in my folder. So if I can choose the parameter like this, and I click OK. Let's go back to my data source here, and I put this one HR data one here as well. So let's see, I have multiple files now in my folder, and
So even we can combine the sheets.
yes, you can combine the sheets, multiple sheets, and you can compile multiple Excel files as well.
Okay. And in terms of the visualization, can we only have to use the visualization showing in this BI tracker, or we can also generate the Excel, whereas in clustered mode or the barcode or the donut chart,
Okay,
all are
look,
available here.
I will just give you an example like here. These are the 50 visualization available here, but you can write your own Python visual. You can write your own R visuals. Even if you are not finished, you can import visuals from here from the Microsoft library app source. You can download is like over 1,000 visuals are already available there. Tornado chart, Google Map, Gantt chart, forecasting chart. So there are more than 1,000 visuals available here. Even if you find that some of the visuals is not available, you can write your custom visuals as well.
Okay. And one
And
more
similar with
question.
the themes as well. You can import a theme as well. Similar with the themes, like if you want, you can add or you can import a theme as well. So this is, sorry, you can go ahead, ask your question.
Yeah. So in case if I convert this complete file into PDF format, and then if I'm showing in my presentation mode, where we have the slicer option, where if you click on Egyptian, Jordanian, or the sales production department wise, the department or the management can go through the number of the headcount or the change of the sales, etc. So if we convert the file into PDF, do they have the same possibility?
Hmm? No, no. As the sister mentioned that what she wants is like she can convert this file into the print or PDF or the PowerPoint format. Then
Mm-hmm.
she will be able to. No, you will not be able to. So you have to have this chart links to be able to interact. Like you want this interaction, so this will be interactive within your Power BI file, or even if you are taking your Power BI desktop file, the source file. So in the source file, it is interactive, or either in the service. If you have published into the service, then these are interactive. If you export it to PowerPoint or PDF, this become a static report then.
Okay, so it will be just a
The
statistic
copy.
and the dashboard report. That's all.
Sorry.
No
Uh,
changes can be made.
yeah, sorry. I want to elaborate on one thing here as well. Like if somebody has shared a file with you, what you can do, you can download a copy of that report, and then you can share that report in your presentation. You can open that report in your presentation, and then you can slice and dice during the presentation. So you can do that.
Okay, so just to clarify, if we work on our Excel or the other format, when we are doing the changes in the presentation, all the changes, it will also impact on my presentation mode, which is a PPT format, because directly we are linking data over there. So do we have that facility from BI reporting?
Yes. So now you are asking about the production and the development environment. So if I can understand your question correctly, so you are
Yes.
talking about, okay. So what Power BI provides, Power BI has this workspace is called a development environment. So currently I am published my report into the development environment. But if I want, what I can do, I can have an app. So there is an app. So app is for production for end users. So if I want, I can publish an app. An app can have my report. So whatever I do in my workspace, it will not affect anything into the app unless I update an app. So if I click on this update app, it will ask me to update the content of the production app with the current developer version. So this
to
facility
the
is
working
available.
file.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, got it.
Okay, let me
Thank
go
you.
through the chat again. Yes, possibly. Okay, Ramzan, answer this one.
If
Does
I'm
it support
allowed to
Microsoft
ask you
AX?
one more question, sorry, I'm taking much time. Also,
No
there are
problem.
other users to ask you a few questions. Uh, in terms of this reporting and all, if we are saving and then converting, and the other user also should have the BI format in their system, right? Unless I convert them to the PDF version.
So this tool you are talking about, this tool, particular tool, Power BI Desktop,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
So you need to have a Power BI Desktop, but this is a free tool. Everyone can download and they can install it in their Windows machine. So currently this is, software is compatible with Windows machine. So you can download this tool and you can install it on your laptop or your desktop machine, whatever you have, and you can play around with the desktop file. So this file, this source file is called the PBIX file. So if I can show you the extension of this file. So this file is called the Power BI Desktop file. So you can share this file with your end users.
Okay. And my last question, for creating each statement, the coding or the ruling, do we have to have the statement for each rule?
Okay. This one you are talking about these statements which I create, these DAX statement. So this is called,
Yeah.
so if I can expand, maybe I don't know.
This one. This is called statement only, if I'm not wrong, right?
Yeah, this is called a switch statement. This is I am writing a DAX. This is very much easy statement where if you can try to analyze this or encode this. This one is like, if employee age is greater than 1 and less than 21, then I'm assigning a value. I'm writing different cases for this. For each case, I'm writing a statement. Similar with the SQL thing or the Excel switch case statement. So this is very much similar. So you can write this statement and then you can use this. So you can write this statement into the measure as well, and you are I'm writing it here into a column. So these are called.
Usually we have an option of slicer, so
Yes.
we don't have this facility or the feasibility in the BI.
No, you can use it into the slicer as well. Like if I can click here, age group, and I can click the slicer one. So I have these slicers option available, right?
No, for the grouping, because you have already taken the statement.
Yes.
Without creating the statement, we can do the grouping?
Yes,
Or we have to write the
without
statement?
creating a statement, you can do the grouping. This is called the binning thing. So if you go here into the binning, you can create the binning as well. Like if you want, I have this age one column, sorry, this one. So this is showing different ages. So let's go on to the slicer thing here. I want maybe this one. So let's do it like a slicer. See, I don't have the option here for the slicer, but what you can do it, oh, sorry. So these are the ages. I see if I can.
Yeah, between, there is an option between.
Yes, you can do it like this.
Okay.
Right.
So we
So
do
now,
have an option for the grouping.
yes, you can do it here. And also there is one option called binning, where I did not show it here. Like you can do it like this, new data group. So you can create new data groups in the fly as well. Like if I want to group employees of Egypt, India, and Jordanian into one region, I can define a group and then I can work on those without writing those statements.
Okay, great. Thank you so much.
Anyone? Also, let me check what are the, yes, possible you can go. Yes, it does support Microsoft AX and Microsoft, all the Microsoft CRM suite, including AX. Can we look into? Yes, you can to the HRMS database directly. Considering that this HRMS database expose the data source to the through any API or through any ODBC or OLEDB connection. So if it is allowing the connections outside outbound connections, then you can connect it through the Power BI. So I can show you the AX thing here, or I can also show you some of the apps here available. So if I go here, get data, and you can connect to the service. So you have this option of connecting to Dynamics. So you will see different apps related to Dynamics. So some of the apps are published by Microsoft. Some of the apps are available from other vendors as well. So you can choose Dynamics AX, Navigator, Nav. Also, if you go to the online source, so you can see you have connection of Dynamics Business Central, Dynamics Nav 365, LinkedIn, Sales Navigator. So you can connect to all those things. For AX, I think you need to connect through the other API. It has the API which you can connect using this one. Using your okay, sure, you can ask your question, Wasim.
Can you please explain how do I connect to AX?
Okay, so you have a question like I can show you how you can connect to AX right here. So you are using AX on-prem or the cloud version, the cloud server?
The cloud service.
Okay, for the cloud service, I need to check for the
Like we have Microsoft AX for all our like the company like SAP. Instead of SAP, we are using Microsoft AX for a company.
Okay, so I did not use this AX thing directly, but did you see the connector here? AX connector, did you see the AX connector? Because if you are using the on-prem, then you can connect to the SQL server. You can go to the SQL server, think database, and you can connect to the AX SQL server database directly. But if you are using the online, I am not seeing the online thing. It might be you can connect with some other object or layering, but I will answer it outside this maybe tomorrow. I will revert it back to you through Ramzan. So I did not connect.
No problem. I can wait for it.
Okay, back
Thank
to
you.
you, Kumar.
Okay, friends, if somebody has a question, they can ask the last one, or we will close with the session. So yes, we will update you. Many people have just sent me the message for the batches and all. So we will update you when we will start the batch, what is the best price, the fees which we can offer, 5 days, 5 hours course. And I once again thanks Hashim for conducting a session, and it was really fruitful, and in a very less time given to you, you have covered all these things in a very nice way. Yes, these things needs time. Okay, in 45 minutes you have created such a nice looking dashboard, but if people try to practice this, they need to understand each and every what is access, what is this, what is that, and everything. So that we will do in the full day session. Okay. Yes, Padma, I will add your name in our session. Thank you so much. I think you are our first participants. So we will plan. So surely I will keep you updated. And thank you so much, Padma. And thank you so much, Hasham, once again for the wonderful session which you do. And you are really amazing in Power BI. And you have answered lots of questions. Thank you once again.
Isaiah.
And thank you so much, everybody. And see you in
Mr.
the session. Yes, yes, yes. Ask if you have.
Mr. Rizwan, how are you? How are you, sir?
Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah.
Thank you very much, and Mr. Hisham for the great session today. But for me, it's difficult today. I don't know. I didn't understand the session. But I hope if you can share with me this one recorded the session from the beginning till the end. Okay?
Yes, we have in fact recorded the entire session. So we will save it and we will share it on the YouTube, and you can, we will share it the link. If you want, if you don't know our YouTube channel, so I will just give it to you right away so that you can just subscribe on that. So whenever we upload, you will come to know. In a chat message, friends,
Okay.
I have listed the YouTube link and where we will be
Okay.
uploading the session. Okay. And I will.
You can share. You can share the link on Telegram.
Yeah, yeah. We are also on Telegram. So are you there on our Telegram group?
Yes, I am there.
Then we will also update on our Telegram. On Telegram, we are very active still for other people. I will just paste the Telegram link. Also. This is our friend's Telegram link, and this is our YouTube link. And thank you so much, friends. If you have anything else, please share. Otherwise, we will close.
Thank you. Much appreciate. Much appreciate, Mr.
Thank
I appreciate. Thank you very much. Bye.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
When's the next session?
Next session we will soon announce. We will plan this first of 5 days of session for people so that they become in the basic of Power BI. And then we will plan the another session. We will keep you updated on our Telegram, on LinkedIn, Facebook, and on other. Yeah. Thank you.
Fine. Thank you. Thank you. Bye bye.
Thank you, Namrat. Very nice session. Thank you so much. Thanks, Isham.
Ramzan sir.
Yeah.
No selfie today.
Arey, we forgot. In fact, yes, yes. Next time we will have. Next time we will have. Inshallah. Okay.
No problem, sir. Just
if you want,
because we have
can
it at the end of every
I
session.
think we should have. Okay, friends. Those who are, I think many people have led, but still I can see 30 people are there. Let's take a selfie. Okay, friends. So can you all on your videos, and I will quickly take a group photo. Those who are there. Can you please on your video? Padma, seeing you after many months.
You know, I saw this invite at 8:54 and I realized I'm already late for 15 minutes. It just started. Your son is giving the introduction, it seems, right? Kumail was giving the introduction.
Good, good.
And then
good.
I thought I'm on time today.
Yeah.
Every time I miss your session.
Good, good. Friends, can you on your video so that we can take a quick selfie? If those who are active means those who are there on this just act, okay? Otherwise, we will quickly take last few seconds, okay? Amazing, Harsh. Okay. Okay, friends. So we are quickly taking a photo. Thank you so much. 1 second. Great, lovely. Thank you so much, friends. So we have took the
Thank you, sir.
photo. We will share it and
Thank you, Hashim.
on the my this
Thank you, Hisham, for
Telegram
the wonderful
group
session.
and YouTube
Thank you,
channel.
Ramzan. We'll
Follow that.
connect on WhatsApp. Thank you.
Sure, sure. Okay, friends. Thank you so much. If you have anything, feel free to write to us. Connect with us on Facebook, LinkedIn. Hasham also, you can find directly on him on the LinkedIn. Okay, he's very active and he's very supportive. Thank you so much and bye everybody. Take care.